It's hard to believe that Linda has reached 3/4 of a century in age. My name is Don Maes, and I'm Linda's younger brother by 12 and a half months. Well, we come from a family of 7 children. Until we were 5 or 6, it was Linda and I. Prior to that, our sister Sue was too young to talk and disturb Linda and I. These first few pictures of Linda with Mom and Dad, I don't remember, mainly because I wasn't born. The picture of Linda on a tractor, it's the only picture ever of her being on a tractor. Linda was a farm girl in name only. This is the very first time that Linda terrorized me. Our parents told Linda and I about the cornflakes caper. Linda was not yet 4 years old, and Mom left the kitchen for a few minutes. Linda had pulled out a box of cornflakes and accidentally dropped it all over the floor. When my mother returned, her 2 angelic children were scrunching the cornflakes while dancing on the flakes on the floor and laughing and giggling. Mom found it very difficult to be angry. In case you're wondering where Linda received her decorating skills for decorating homes, take a look at the background in this picture right here and you'll know. How did Linda and I end up staying with our Aunt Rita when visiting our grandparents? Your first thought would be our cousin Lorraine and Linda are roughly the same age. Doesn't explain why I ended up there as well. Perhaps our parents got tired of dragging us outside through the double cedar outhouse. Or maybe it was emptying piss pots that was the reason. Before Linda went to school, she was able to read. Once again, Mom left us alone in the house. We decided to bake a cake. Linda could read directions, and I could follow instructions. So we measured out many of the ingredients. All was going well until the recipe called for separating egg whites from the yolks. We knew how to do that. We hard-boiled the eggs, and the yolks were easy to isolate. Our mother was not impressed. Our Lady of Lourdes Elementary School opened as I entered grade 1, meaning Linda attended the public school nearby for her first grade, and then continued with 6 years under the tutelage of the Sisters of St. Joseph. 6 years because she was very smart and skipped a grade. I couldn't fall behind my big sister, so I did too. She and her best friend Adele graduated 1-2 in their class. Lyndon and I each spent 4 years at Strathroy High School, with neither of us going on to grade 13. Linda excelled in school and finished in the top 2 in her class. There was some benefit to having a very studious older sister. I despised 11th grade English. Poetry from a love-struck 25-year-old teacher was just not my thing. But when I got to grade 12 English, there was an old grandmother-like teacher, And the first words she said were, "Oh, so you're Linda's younger brother." Easy A. So here's the scenario. Linda is now 16 and learning to drive a car. Remember her skills when I was in a stroller. So, Mom had Linda drive me to a baseball practice, and Mom suffered in the front seat next to Linda. We arrived at a railroad underpass in Kamoka, and Linda stopped the car and told Mom she didn't think the car would fit. So now you know why Rick always did the driving. Our 16 years of living together came to an end in August 1966 when Linda moved to an apartment in London near her work, and I went to the University of Detroit. While employed at the University of Western Ontario, Linda met and fell in love with Rick. They were married in 1968. Linda was still a teenager. My mother was as mad as I've ever seen her when the wedding photographer told her all of the photos of the wedding were in black and white. Linda was the driver behind organizing our parents' 25th wedding anniversary. With Linda in charge, the celebration went like clockwork. Myself and our other siblings helped, but she made the to-do lists. It was a great success. Linda is anal. Not a bad thing, just true. It's the early 70s, and Linda decides to show Mom that meals should be quiet and orderly. Linda has everyone sitting quietly at the dinner table with all of the dishes on the table. It's her meal, so she starts by passing the first dish and catches her sleeve on a pitcher of milk. Chaos ensues, a normal Maes family meal. Okay, we grew up. Linda and I saw each other at family events, family golf outings, Christmas parties at our parents' or one of our siblings' homes, and there were weddings and christenings, and sadly, funerals. That's life. I lived and worked in Detroit. Linda and Rick and family lived in Markham. Many times my work brought me to Toronto. I would always stay with Linda and Rick. They always made me feel welcome. Birthdays came and went. Hopefully, we're older and wiser, and not just old. When Linda's full-time job as an at-home mother for Kathy and Jeff came to a close, she decided to get a university degree. She toiled part-time for a decade or so and received her history degree in 2007 from York University. She was always a better student than I, so it was fitting that she stuck to it, and I'm proud that she did. Coincidentally, my minor was history.
Linda loved books, whether it be for reading for pleasure or reviewing children and teens books. As Markham chapter president of IODE, she spearheaded children's book drives, books for underprivileged children. Books inspire a child's mind. What a gift.
Linda loves being a grandmother, and her grandchildren love her. Rick, like most husbands, is along for the ride.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandma. Happy birthday to you.
I always expected Linda to have a long, successful marriage, and so far she hasn't disappointed me. Rick found a unique way to share our dad's 75th birthday. I remember a lunch with just Jeff and I. We were discussing the pros and cons of having a very smart older sister. Linda, I hope you have as much fun on your 75th birthday as I've had putting together this video. I love you, and I hope you have many, many more. Happy birthday!